we have a Toro. It has a Tecumseh engine on it. The complaint on this one is that it surges and doesn't. I mean, it will start, but it runs pretty good for a while there, and then it starts surging. Let me show you what happens. In addition, it's missing the air filter and cover, but I was looking at it. That's not right. There's fuel in there. So I want to show you what it does, and then we will work on getting it fixed. Apologize for the exceptionally large amount of crap beside everything. It's the springtime and I'm just insanely busy. So these are the items that I can't really store outside. Okay. And strangely enough, I did not do anything to stop it. It just ran out of fuel. So let's go ahead and try a new gas cap real quick. Here's the old one. It doesn't have, I can show you. They usually have this disc in there. That's to kind of help deflect fuel. Keep this off to the side. Let's try it again. That definitely helped. It wasn't really the fix. I'm going to put the new air filter on and see if it's just too lean, and that's why. I have a original Tecumseh part here. It's part number 36693, just the air cleaner. And to install, I'm gonna have to actually, well, this is okay. I didn't think so. To install, we're gonna take this off. There's two of them. Put everything on. Let's give it a pull. So that did make a big difference, but still not the reason. I decided to. We're gonna have to look at the nut, or the bowl nut. That's tightening. Not really even tight either. But I pinched off the fuel line, and I oh, there's a whole lot more fuel in there than I thought there was. But anyway, pinched off the fuel line. We're gonna look at this. Well, that's not what I was expecting. The whole emulsion tube came out. There's some junk in there. I'm gonna blow this stuff out, and then we will put it back on. Something that's a little worrisome is, why did that come out? I put it back in, but I'm gonna press on it a little just to kind of firmly plant it. Okay, well, let's see. Something that is good to do right now is there's a little piece right here. There's a little jet. And blow that out too. Oh yeah, cover your ears. Well, the jet itself doesn't look too bad. There was a little bit of junk in that little hole, but it's clean now. This carb definitely looks like it's newer. I don't think it's an OEM carb, that's for sure. There was a little junk in there. Uh-oh. Need to make sure the bowl seal is good to go. The bowl seal on a Tecumseh of this style is very, very important. So every time you prime it, you're basically causing a pressure increase in the bowl, and that pressure then shoots fuel up. And if the bowl seal isn't on right, or is compromised, or just bad, it's not going to allow for enough pressure to build in the bowl, and in turn you're not going to be starting, at least not with that. You don't need it insanely tight. There we go. Let's undo that. Let's see if anything starts dripping. So far, so good. I think I'm going to put you back up there, put the filter back on, and we'll give it another pull. So I'm convinced it was the bowl, well, the stuff in the bowl. But this is how you would want to diagnose that. If you saw something that doesn't have an air filter, that's probably a good reason why. This might still be okay. We'll give it a try after I explain a few things, but so first things first on these, check the gas cap. Like I said, that could be the problem. If it runs fine when you loosen the cap, then it is your problem. It did not run fine when we loosened the cap. If it doesn't have an air filter, put it on, because the air filter, that's tuned to have a little bit of drag from the air filter, so not enough air or too much air is going to be going in there, and not enough fuel. And it's a lawnmower, you shouldn't be running without an air filter. Your lawn's not going to be cut by it for much longer if you keep doing that. Then, if that is still not fixing the problem, then you're going to want to take the jet out and blow it out. That's probably the reason why. If we saw water at all in the tank or in the bowl, then we would want to empty out all the fuel, dry the tank out. I didn't see any water. I didn't see any water in the gas that dripped either, so we were fine. If that wasn't it too, then we'd be looking at the fuel itself. I smelt the fuel. It smelled fine. The person that gave it to me to work on, he said that it has fresh gas in there. He bought maybe a week ago, and he stored it dry. So most likely what happened is there's something in the tank, dust, dirt, got in there, or with the air filter off, something had just managed to work its way in there. So let's go ahead and give it a pull again and see what happens. So it runs fine with that gas cap on there. So this is not needed. The reasoning behind that is if your cap loses the piece inside, then it won't vent properly. It won't deflect the fuel. You'll be leaking fuel. There's a couple of reasons why, or what could happen, or a couple outcomes that could happen. You don't want any of those, so a full fuel cap is actually quite important. But yeah, looks like at this point we just had to take out a few pieces of debris from the carb. You know, if you ever run into this problem with surging like that, try these first couple things to make sure that it's not something easy, And if it isn't, you know, how long that take us? A couple minutes. I used a 1/2 inch wrench and an air compressor. You don't even need an air compressor. You could just take like a piece of wire, blowing it really hard if you want, you know, whatever you need to do. Just make sure it's clean and wipe the bowl out as cleanly as possible. And if there's any gunk that's caked in there, get that caking gunk off. Okay, well, if you have a Surging Tecumseh or Toro, this isn't just for Tecumsehs though, it's basically for any carbureted small engine or engine in that fact. But if you're having a surging problem like this, try these steps and you should be able to fix it. If this helped you, definitely subscribe, put a thumbs up, that helps me a lot. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.